All right. This is the best we're going to do. So we're going to get started. This is episode number 4 of the Be Blunt Show, the podcast. Listen to me, ladies and gentlemen. Cheers to each and every one of you out there. Take a drink for you real quick before we get started because it's going to get spicy. Ooh, that shit is fire right there. All right, now let's get started. It's a lot of things going on in Austin. When I tell you it's a lot of things going on in Austin, number one, today, March 7th, is the anniversary of the 1 year of the comedy mothership. So make some noise for that. I don't know how that happened. I picked the wrong one. There it is. But god damn, that shit's loud. We gotta turn that down. Oh my god. 1 year anniversary. I am proud to say that I was here within that first year. And I'm proud to say that I worked that stage multiple times. One on the main stage, which is the Fat Man, and one on the Little Boy. So I am proud to be a part of history, and I want to continue to further my career and try my best to work and get as a regular in that club. So shout out to Joe Rogan, shout out to the mothership and everything together. That didn't even make sense, but shout out to them. But let's get into Rivera. Who, I'm very up on the internet, right? And I'm always looking at what's going on and trying to have my foot in the know-how, right? And Ty, man, I didn't know much about Ty until I moved to Austin. And once I moved to Austin, I realized that there's a lot of people out here that are talented, right? And a lot of people out here that get great opportunities. And for Ty to come out and say the things that he has said, I commend him. I applaud him because a lot of people don't have the balls to say things that they feel are true. Now, I'm not here to debate whether what he says is true or not, because again, I have no dog in the fight, right? But what I can respect is someone that believes something to be true and to feel said way and speak on it. Those are the things that I respect in a comedian. We should be able to say how we feel and not have people get up in an uproar. I don't understand what this, oh, well, he doesn't like me, then I'll talk like that. It's equal, right? You talk about me, I talk about you. Let's keep it comedy. Let's keep it in the realm of comedy. If we do that, then I'm all for it. Once we start doing things outside of comedy, I cannot and will not participate. Anything outside of comedy, I will not participate in, because I'm not here to hurt anybody. I'm not here to ruin anybody. I'm not here to take anybody down. I'm here simply to make people laugh. I'm simply here to provide for my family. I'm simply here to make sure that my generations behind me don't have to work as hard based off of my thoughts and how I feel about situations. That's all I want. I don't care about being the best comedian. I don't care about being the most urban comedian or the most white comedian. I don't give a fuck about any of those things. I completely care about raising my kids and providing for them and having fun while doing it. So when I see, and that's how I am, right? I like to tell people how I feel. I do not care about how you feel when I tell you how I feel. You can like it or not. It is your decision. You can like it or not. But I'm going to continue to be who I am and say the things that I think. And if you don't like it, tough cookie. Kick rocks and get over it, bitch. That's how I really feel. And if you feel like that about me, absolutely kudos, bitch. You're entitled to that feeling as well. But to watch someone that has been doing comedy 20 plus years, as he says, and to understand that this is something that the up and comers, we're not going to say those things. We're not going to, we won't. We shouldn't. Not at this point in our career, because it's only the first 1 year anniversary. So I believe that as long as I continue to do well and put my best material out, work on the best material, work on timing, work on setup, work on callbacks, work on all of the above, then once I get those opportunities, that's all I'm gonna say. That's it. I'm out of here, nigga. And all I want to do is do stand up across the country. That's it. Provide for my family, make people laugh across the country, see the country. I've not seen all of the country. I would love to go to a lot of these cities. And I know people be like, ain't nothing to do in Cleveland. I can't wait to go to Cleveland. There ain't nothing in Akron. Nigga, I want to go where LeBron, what? These like, I hear complaints, right? And I would love to go to these places. Wisconsin, Iowa, Nebraska, Las Vegas. Like all of these places are the places that I'm going to put grassroots in. All the places that are not your typical major cities, I want to go to those cities. Where there's military bases out in the middle of nowhere, yes, baby, that's where I want to go too. These are my plans. I have so many other great ideas. I want to get into, I'm going to talk about OGs and how they've been holding information, but I don't want to do that right now, so we'll get to that. What I want to talk about is San Antonio comedy versus Austin comedy. And not in a versus like who's better, not at all. It's more in how they treat the comics. There's a difference between how San Antonio mainstream comedy treats new comedians versus how Austin mainstream comedy treats new comedians. Does that make sense? Just the mainstream. We're not going to talk about the other rooms. Like, I'm not going to say B-list room because that's disrespect. I'll just say rooms that are not mainstream yet. They are amazing on both sides, right? San Antonio and Austin, the new clubs, that have seen how these A-list clubs act. I applaud you. I applaud you on both ends, San Antonio and Austin, because those clubs treat you like how old school comics should be treated. For the new school comics. So shout out to each and every one of you. Upstage, Roscoe's, let me see, what else? Elbow Room. They treated me amazing. Shakespeare's. These are the clubs that are fucking going to be huge, if not already, that give opportunities to up and coming comics. So shout out to them. I want to make sure that I say the names of those clubs. And there's more. Maggie Mays I just did, and I just murdered. I just fucking murdered. Let me drink to that. Hold on. Let me drink to that. I murdered. And it's all a matter of repetition and continuously being better and continuously working. Like, there's some really dope comedians in San Antonio that give opportunities to up-and-comers. So shout out to those people. Shout out to Pat that does the dark show at Upstage. Shout out to Clifton. Clifton is an amazing comedian and gives opportunities to upcoming comedians. Black, white, and indifferent. So shout out to those niggas out there. You got some people in Austin that are fucking amazing. People like Leo. Yo, shout out to Leo. Shout out to Giovanni. Shout out to Roscoe's and Lorena, I think it's Lorena. I don't want to mess it up, but she's fucking amazing. These are some innovative people that look and see talent and want to work with it. So I praise all of those people, and I don't take it for granted that you guys give opportunities. And I want to help to give opportunities to other people as well. This is going to be a positive podcast. This is not going to be the negative. I mean, we're going to get to the shits. We're going to get to the shits. But right now I'm very, like, I just don't understand the differences and why certain clubs I won't say them, just certain clubs act a certain way. Let's get into some comedians that I think that are dope. Like, I don't think we as comedians praise other comedians as much as we should. And I want to give a segment of the Be Blunt show to praise some really dope comedians. So I'm going to look at my phone and we're going to go through some dope comedians. And we'll start off with females because, right, like, females are amazing. So shout out to all the ladies that do stand up. So I want to start off by saying, what is her name? Amy Shanker? Man, if y'all haven't seen Amy perform, let me make sure I'm saying it right. Amy Shanker, listen. She does an amazing show called The Most Expensive Joke. I think that is going to be an amazing show as soon as someone picks it up. So shout out to you for doing that. She's always at the creek in the cave. She's so sweet. So that's one of the comedians that I think that is amazing. Also, another female comedian, because I want to give shout out to the female comedians. Valerie Jordan, I believe she's from Florida, man. She is fucking funny. She's young, and to see how dope she is now, I can imagine in 10 years how amazing she's going to be. So shout out to Valerie as well. Let's even go... So her name is Allie. I call her Allie. Her name is Allison Fine, but she's up in Seattle, and she's an amazing comedian as well. So I'm naming all these ladies because they say that I hate women so much, but these are women that I watch, I follow, I admire some of the way they think, right? And they're not just into certain concepts that most women talk about. So shout out to those ladies. I know they're going to say, Doug, but you didn't name a black lady. So I'm going to name a black lady just because and she's not even in Austin. Okay. There's not that many black chicks in Austin. So I'm limited to my amount. But, Candace. Candace is a comedian out of Florida. Let me make sure I get her name so you guys can follow her. Candace. Shit. Anyway, I'll put her information up here. She's from Florida and she's a black female comedian. She is funny. When I tell you, she's highly underrated outside of Florida, but inside of Florida, the best female comedian, hands down. Tell me I'm wrong, don't at me because I know what the fuck I'm talking about. But no question. I like Mike Eaton. I like, what is Dean? Let's see, Google, no, Instagram. Let's look up Dean real quick because I want to see what Dean's name is. Dean Stainfield. Also, one more. Man, let me think of somebody else. That's it. Those are the comedians that I really, really watch, and think that are going to be amazing. Also, Mitch Burrow. I really fucking dig Mitch. Mitch is funny as fuck, and he's a veteran. So shout out to all the veterans out there. We're gonna do something different this week. We have a caller. Like I asked people to call in or leave me a message, and I would answer their questions. So shout out to the people that decided to message in. So what we'll do is we'll play the sound bite, and then I'll answer the question. Let's rock.
Hello, this is Mike calling in from OKC, and I was just wondering, what are some of the challenges you have with putting on shows for yourself and bringing in other comedians from out of town? What are some of the challenges and pitfalls of putting on an independent show?
That's a great question, and appreciate. I didn't know there was people that watch me in OKC, but dope. Some of the pitfalls of putting on your own show. One is putting up money, not knowing if you're gonna get that money back. A lot of people are bitch made when it comes to wanting to put their own money up. They want somebody else to book them, have a crowd full of people so I can perform in front of a crowd and look cool. But nobody will say, well, not nobody, but not a lot of people will say, let me book a venue, let me book a comedian, let me charge at the door, let me charge for drinks, and let me see how I can invest in myself to make money. Does it always happen to where you make a lot of money? Hell no, nigga. Hell no. Sometimes you eat a dick, bro. Sometimes you eat a dick. Like, let me tell you a story about me. 3 years ago, I called for a comedian to come out to Florida. I'm not going to say names. You can check the fucking footage. You can check my timeline and know who it is, but I'm not going to say. I paid a certain amount of money, over $1,000, to bring this comedian out. And when I say I pushed the promotion to the max, I spent $200 in ads. I went out and made paper flyers. I did all the things that you would do in order to make a good show, and 6 niggas showed up, and 2 of them were at the bar. Bartenders, nigga. I lost every dollar and did not gain any back. Didn't have no merch to sell to try to make a amends. And I paid the comic. I put the comic up in the hotel. I made sure they got what I said was gonna happen. And I ate man, it was bad. But I learned from that, right? I learned that location is everything. I learned that promotion is great, but if you are not promoting to a demographic that would like the artist, then you're fucked. But sometimes you have to go through those trials and tribulations in order to learn to get better. That's why when I did my show with the same comedian at the Funny Bone, we did amazing. We did amazing. And it's location, location, location. Also, trying to put on other comics is difficult, right? Because you put on comics that you think are amazing. And sometimes they are grateful for it. Other times they are just using you for an opportunity. So that's why I'm very specific on who I pick. I understand that people will use you for opportunities. I'm aware. And that's okay. Like, you show me who you are, and then when I act accordingly, do not come crying to me. Like, I heard today, I got a call, so we're going to wrap it up because I only got like a minute before the 20, because I'm doing 20-minute episodes. I got a call from an OG, and the OG told me that someone messaged them and said, if you book Dove's General, I will not show up to your shows. And I had no idea this was going on until I got the call. And there's multiple female comedians that are backing the same person that's going around and saying, don't book Dove's General. And they're saying this to all the nigga clubs because they can't talk to the fucking mainstream clubs. Because nobody's going to listen to your fucking lies when it comes to the mainstream clubs. So you try to call the niggas and persuade the niggas. But I perform for mainstream niggas. So good luck trying to do that, you fuck faggots. This has been the Be Blunt Show. If you like what you saw, like, comment, and subscribe. It'll help out with the algorithm, nigga. Tune in next time when I talk about bald-headed bitches.